You're watching USA Sports Hub, your home for powerful stories, game-changing moments, and legends in the making. Can Felix Auger Aliassime stop the unstoppable? Jannik is riding a 25-match indoor winning streak, and now, under the lights of the Rolex Paris Masters final, one fearless Canadian stands between him and another title. But can Felix find the formula to break the Italian machine? Let's break it down. The tennis world turns its eyes to Paris, where the 2025 Rolex Paris Masters final promises a thrilling clash between two of the sport's brightest indoor stars, Felix Auger Aliassime and Jannik. The matchup is rich with storylines: the red-hot Italian, unbeaten indoors for 2 years, versus the confident Canadian who's rediscovered his aggressive groove at just the right moment. For Felix, this isn't just another final. It's a shot at redemption, revenge, and rewriting the narrative against one of the sport's modern-day giants. Let's start with the facts. Jannik hasn't lost indoors since 2023, an astonishing 25-match winning streak that has turned him into a near-mythic force under closed roofs. Since that early exit in Paris 2 years ago, Sinner has captured titles in Rotterdam, Vienna, Turin, and multiple other arenas, dismantling the likes of Medvedev, Djokovic, and Alcaraz along the way. His composure, relentless pace, and surgical ball striking have elevated him from young Jannik to a world-beating powerhouse. This week in Paris, Sinner hasn't dropped a single set. Not one. Despite a grueling run that included a title in Vienna just days ago, he's looked fresh, fast, and fearless, as one commentator put it. Sinner isn't playing matches anymore. He's conducting masterclasses. But Felix Auger Aliassime isn't showing up just to be another name on Sinner's list. The Canadian, now 25, has been through his share of ups and downs, but Paris feels like a full-circle moment. Just a few years ago, Felix was considered one of the game's top indoor performers, leading the ATP Tour in indoor wins during 2022 and collecting victories over Alcaraz, Djokovic, Murray, and Nadal. And he's reminding everyone of that this week. Big serves, explosive forehands, and a newfound calm under pressure, the formula that took him to the 2025 US Open semifinal, where he even managed to push Sinner to 4 tight sets. Reflecting on that match, Felix said, "At one point I saw him doubt. I nearly had a momentum shift. It was encouraging. I was in charge for 1 hour. I hope I can do that for longer this time." There it is, the key. To beat Sinner, you don't need perfection, but you do need persistence. Felix knows that these top players aren't unplayable. They're just unforgiving. One lapse, one cheap error, and they make you pay. So what's the game plan for Auger Aliassime? He spelled it out himself. You have to be very disciplined tactically. You need to execute almost perfectly. Sinner pushes you to play your best tennis, no shortcuts. Expect Felix to lean heavily on 3 pillars. First serve firepower. He's been averaging over 70% first serve points won this week. Against Sinner, that's non-negotiable. Aggressive returns. His returning against Bublik in the semifinals was superb. He'll need that same laser focus to neutralize Sinner's serve early. Forehand duels. Both players love dictating play off the forehand wing. Whoever controls that battle likely controls the match. And let's not forget Felix's underrated backhand. Compact, reliable, and capable of redirecting pace. If he can hold steady there and resist Sinner's deep cross-court assaults, we could be in for a long night in Paris. Sinner, though, isn't underestimating his opponent. When asked about facing Felix, he gave genuine respect. He's playing some great, aggressive tennis, especially here. Physically, he's in a great place. He's improved a lot. That acknowledgement matters. Sinner knows that Felix's ceiling is high, very high, and that this version of FAA is not the same one he crushed in Cincinnati. What makes this matchup fascinating is how similar their strengths are. Both are exceptional counterpunchers. Both feed off rhythm and pace. According to ATP data this week, Felix has stolen 37% of points when under attack, while Sinner has taken 44%, the 2 highest counterpunching rates of the entire tournament. That means we'll see breathtaking rallies, endless baseline exchanges, and explosive athleticism from start to finish. Beyond tactics, this final will be a mental war. Sinner is a master of emotional control, unflappable, laser-focused, and never rushed. Felix, by contrast, plays with visible energy, feeding off adrenaline and the crowd's pulse. If he can channel that emotion positively, it could become a weapon. The French crowd tends to rally behind underdogs, and if Auger Aliassime starts strong, that electric support could make a difference. The big question is, can he maintain belief deep into the third set if Sinner refuses to blink? That's been the story of so many who've tried, and failed, to stop Jannik indoors. Here's a quick stat blast. Sinner's indoor record since 2022, 47-2. Felix's indoor wins this decade, 81, more than any other player on tour. Head-to-head, Sinner leads 3-2. Last meeting, Sinner def. Auger Aliassime, 6-1, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4, U.S. Open 2025 semifinal. So yes, history slightly favors Sinner. But numbers can't measure momentum, motivation, and belief. Felix has all three right now. The 2025 Rolex Paris Masters Final is more than just another ATP title match. It's a collision of two eras. On one side, Jannik Sinner, the newly crowned indoor emperor. On the other, Felix Auger Aliassime, the fearless challenger who believes no player is unbeatable. If Sinner wins, his dominance goes from remarkable to legendary. But if Felix pulls off the upset, it could be the biggest indoor shock since Federer-Djokovic 2015. Whatever happens, one thing's certain, tennis fans are in for a show. So, what do you think? Will Felix finally break Sinner's streak and reclaim his spot among the elite? Or will Jannik continue his reign and extend the legend of the Indoor King? Thanks for watching USA Sports Hub, where every game tells a story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that define sports.